So hey there, health coaches. Well, I talk a lot about how to conduct coaching sessions and what to do before and during them, but there are also some really key things that are important to do after your sessions as well. Especially if you are a new health coach, it's really important to do a debrief after those early sessions to really learn from them. And of course, this is our process as a coach, right? We want to learn and grow from all the experiences we have. It's all about forwarding the action. I mean, we help our clients connect the dots and notice their own patterns and habits and focus on their strengths and values, all with the aim of helping them grow and learn and evolve. So why wouldn't we use the same process with ourselves so we can learn and grow as coaches? So what I'm really suggesting here is that you do a little debrief, a mini evaluation after each of your coaching sessions to foster your own personal and professional learning and development. It's all about giving yourself some constructive criticism and feedback on how you did during the session, to really evaluate your performance, to gather insights about your learnings and about your skills and competencies, to know what's working and what needs to improve. It's all about assessing what went well and what you can do better next time. So especially as a new health coach who's just getting started and learning how to be a good coach, these debriefs and mini evaluations can be really beneficial. So I'd like to share with you 5 areas or sort of key competencies that I really invite you to consider evaluating. These would be things like, number 1, your coaching presence. So were you fully present? Did you leave all of your own stuff at the door? Were you grounded and centered? Did you hold space for the client? Number 2 area to just think about, your active listening skills. Did you actively listen? Did you reflect and summarize? Did you ask high mileage questions? Did you pause and use the silence? Number 3 area is, was it a client-centered process? So did you let the client set the agenda? Did you hold space for them? Who spoke more during the session? You or the client? P.S. It should definitely be the client. Did you cut them off and jump in with suggestions? The 4th area is really to assess your coaching mindset. Did you show up as the ally and the guide, or the expert, the teacher, and the authority? And the 5th area, your coaching structure. Did you stick to your session agenda? Did you adhere to your time frame? Or did you go over? Did you fully complete the session? Did the client walk away with a smart action plan? So those are some areas of coaching skills and process that I think are really important to think about in your debrief. Now I'd like to share with you 4 powerful questions to ask yourself relating to these various coaching competencies. So I come from a corporate background, and after big projects, we would always do a SWOT analysis. And some of you may be familiar with SWOT. For those of you who aren't, SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And I think it's a really great model to apply to our coaching debriefs and our self-evaluations. But for our purposes, I'm going to change it slightly to SWOC, S-W-O-C, so strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. So based on that, here are some powerful questions that you can ask yourself after each coaching session to learn and grow as a coach. So let's start with those strengths. What worked? What went well? What are your strengths and your superpowers as a coach? Number 2, those weaknesses, right? What didn't go well? What's not working? What are your pitfalls, some of your poor habits, your weak areas as a coach? The 3rd are the opportunities. What are those opportunities for growth? Moving forward, what would you like to change or do differently? What are your top opportunities for improvement? And then we get into the 4th area, those challenges. So these are similar to your weaknesses. You know, what are you seeing as your greatest challenges as a coach? Maybe even with that particular client. What weakness is presenting the greatest challenge for you? What weakness, if left unchecked, might develop into something bigger and be harder to overcome down the road? So those are the 4 areas. I also want to talk a little bit about timing. It's really important. I really highly recommend you do your debrief right after the session. Not that evening, not the next day, directly after the session. Otherwise, you're gonna forget. We always think we won't forget, but really do this when everything is fresh in your mind. So you're going to have to book a few minutes, probably 15 minutes in between each session to do that debrief. And of course, over time, as your confidence, skills, and your solid foundation as a coach grow, you're going to need to do this less and less. But frankly, there's always something to learn, right? There's always challenges, there's always opportunities for growth. So I really do recommend that you continue practicing this throughout your coaching practice. So focusing on these areas and really doing this debrief and asking yourself these questions can be a really powerful way to assess your performance as a coach. Of course, this is all with the aim of becoming the best coach you can be to support your clients in reaching their health and wellness goals. So I'd love to hear in the comments, are you doing these mini debriefs and evaluations? Are you asking yourself some of these questions? What are you doing after your session to really learn from them and grow as a coach? I hope this was helpful for you today. Talk to you next time. Bye for now.